Women express emotions all the time, but men necessarily don't express outwardly the love that they share for each other. And I don't mean anything sexual, I just mean the bonding love that people have for each other. And Sean Astin is weeping and Elijah Wood through most of that last movie, and that's what I loved about Lost, is you got Sawyer and Jack who sob, all the time. So it's just this, it's a group of people who aren't afraid to show their emotions, and I think that's great. I love that. And my grandfather was English, and we came from a family of, no, I'll stiff up with it, don't share anything, keep it all to yourself. So it was, I love the expression of emotion. I think that's great, because it helps us all to do it better, hopefully in our own lives. So we say the crap we need to say before we go, What else? Anyone? Yeah.
Do you get to hang out with the rest of the Naruto cast very often?
Well, yeah, I direct them, so I get to see them. Oh, you mean outside of work? Yeah. Yeah, we go and have drinks, or birthday parties, or Miley and I are in a bowling league together. Yeah. Troy Baker, who plays Yamato, was at the Viper Room last night in LA. I couldn't go because I was here. But it's a really nice, tight knit. For instance, we've got this is a cool thing. Iron Man 2 came out, and the ArcLight is this great theater in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. And so we've been doing the midnight shows, Travis Willingham, Laura Bailey, Yuri Lowenthal, myself, sometimes John DiMaggio. So it's sort of the geekdom fan group, and we saw Clash of the Titans together, and we went to see Iron Man 2 at the midnight showing. And Troy was there, so it's all of us sitting there like, we can't wait, we hope it's good. And at the ArcLight, before every movie, one of the ushers comes out and introduces it. Says, ladies and gentlemen, you are here to see Iron Man 2, directed by, and somebody interrupted and said, and now a word from our director. And in walked John Favreau and Robert Downey Jr. to introduce the show. And Troy somebody caught wind of it and said, they're in the building, they're introducing every movie, and they might come in. So all this instantly, iPhones, and now a word from all of us. Just everybody. It was so funny, because the guys behind us, it was a row of like late 20s to mid 30s, just a row of guys behind us. And you could hear them, because we knew it was going to happen at that moment. We're like, fantastic, and the guys behind us like, oh my God, that's John Favreau! Like little girls, and it was fabulous. And then of course they left, and you could see everybody's Facebook page, everybody. And it was so funny. My twin sister saw the next day. It's like you could tell everyone in LA who went to the ArcLight, because everybody posted the same video. And it was just one after another, after another, after another. And we're like, yay, geeks unite! It was so much fun, and it made the movie better too. It's all even more excited about it than we were before. So that was really good. So yeah, we do hang out together.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it's a great family in Los Angeles. It's a good group of people. We're really, really lucky. Yeah.
Well, what's been your favorite series to work on besides Naruto in the past?
I loved Bebop, and I loved Wolf's Rain. So
that was awesome.
Weepy.
How did you feel about the ending to Wolf's Rain?
Love it. Well, I had the same feeling in my end of Lost. I loved it. And what was great is I got to write the whole thing too, except for like 2 episodes in the beginning that Leah Sargent did. And then I got to write it, and so I'd spent 2 weeks writing, and then 2 weeks directing, and 2 weeks writing, and 2 weeks directing. So it was a pure labor of love, and we fought hard for that when we found out that Toshihiro, the character designer, we found out he was doing this, and Crispin Freeman and I went to town to try and get this to Zero Limit Productions so that we could do it, and it's one of the few times that we actually got the show we wanted. So awesome. It was great. It was wonderful. And it's the first time I worked with Johnny Bosch.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
that was terrific.
That was an experience, right?
It's a beautiful, yeah, Johnny's great. But Johnny's the tough guy. You know, Johnny plays the tough guy, so for him to play somebody that was really understated and subtle was great, and was wonderful to push each other towards the making of Kiba. It was and the music for that. I mean, she's unbelievable. Yoko Kanno is just unreal. So I still play that soundtrack founding, the final piece especially, which was lovely. Yeah.
The one thing about Wolf's Rain I never got was, do the non-wolves see the others as wolves or as humans?
I don't know.
That's the one thing I never was able to understand about that
They see
series.
them as wolves. They're wolves, you know. I mean, I think they see them as. I think their main